Kendrick Lamar's journey is not just the story of a rapper's rise to fame. It's an epic saga of resilience, creative genius, and cultural revolution that has transformed hip-hop and influenced a generation. Born Kendrick Lamar Duckworth on June 17, 1987, in the tough streets of Compton, California, his early years were steeped in the harsh realities of poverty, gang violence, and systemic injustice. Even as a child, he witnessed the brutal contrasts of his environment, experiencing tragedy and hardship firsthand. Yet it was also in those moments that he discovered the transcendent power of music and poetry. I still remember how, as a young boy, he was taken by his father to watch Tupac Shakur and Dr. Dre filming the California Love video, a moment that ignited a spark and set him on a lifelong mission to capture the truths of his community through art. As a teenager at Centennial High School, Kendrick began to craft his own verses, blending the lessons of poetry taught by his inspiring teachers with the raw, unfiltered experiences of life in Compton. Adopting the moniker K. He started releasing mixtapes like YHNIC in 2003 and Training Day in 2005. These early recordings were far more than just music. They were the first deliberate moves in a long-term strategy to channel his struggles, hopes, and the contradictions of street life into a powerful, artistic voice. His distinctive flow, marked by a relentless rhythm and the courage to confront uncomfortable truths, quickly caught the attention of industry pioneer Anthony Top Dog Tiffith, who signed him to Top Dog Entertainment, TDE, in 2005. That signing wasn't simply the beginning of a career. It was the foundation upon which an empire would be built, a challenge to the very core of the rap industry. Alongside fellow TDE artists J-Rock, Ab-Soul, and Schoolboy Q, Kendrick co-founded the influential collective Black Hippie, a group that would become synonymous with the authentic, gritty sound of West Coast hip-hop. During these formative years, Kendrick's mixtapes, such as C4 in 2009 and later Overly Dedicated in 2010, began to reveal not only his lyrical prowess but also his gift for storytelling. With each track, he painted vivid portraits of life in Compton, capturing both the beauty and the brutality of a world where hope often seemed out of reach. The breakthrough came in 2011 with the release of his debut studio album, Section 80. This project was a powerful collection of narratives that chronicled the struggles and dreams of his generation, stories of addiction, violence, and the desperate search for identity in a world that often left little room for optimism. Although Section 80 made only a modest commercial impact, its raw honesty and uncompromising vision resonated deeply with fans and critics alike, firmly establishing Kendrick as a voice of truth from the inner city. It was during this period that legends like Dr. Dre took notice. Dre's immediate interest, sparked by Kendrick's fearless performance on Overly Dedicated, led to a joint contract with Aftermath Entertainment and Interscope Records, a move that heralded the arrival of a new disruptive force in hip-hop. In 2012, Kendrick's major label debut, Good Kid, M.A.'d City, was unleashed upon the world, forever altering the rap landscape. Framed as a cinematic narrative, the album told the story of a young man navigating the treacherous streets of Compton, where every day was a battle between dreams and harsh reality. With standout tracks like Swimming Pools, Drank, Backseat Freestyle, and Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst, the album became a masterpiece of storytelling, capturing the emotional turbulence of adolescence amidst chaos. Praised for its impeccable narrative structure and its deep, autobiographical resonance, Good Kid, M.A.'d City not only climbed the charts, but also redefined what a concept album could be in hip-hop. Its influence endures as one of the most celebrated records in the genre's history. Kendrick's artistry, however, was never confined to the realm of storytelling alone. With his third album, To Pimp a Butterfly, released in 2015, he boldly pushed the boundaries of musical innovation. This album was a daring experiment that fused the traditional sounds of hip-hop with elements of jazz, funk, and spoken word, creating a sonic tapestry that was as revolutionary as it was deeply personal. To Pimp a Butterfly delved into the pressing issues of racial injustice, systemic oppression, and the personal costs of ambition, with songs like All Right emerging as rallying cries for the Black Lives Matter movement. Tracks such as King Kunta and You showcased his ability to oscillate between raw aggression and poignant introspection. The album's dense, layered production and complex lyricism earned Kendrick widespread critical acclaim, cementing his status as one of the most visionary and influential artists of his generation. In 2017, Kendrick released Damn, an album that encapsulated his evolution as both an artist and a cultural critic. With a sound that was more stripped down yet profoundly powerful, Damn explored themes of faith, destiny, and the duality of human nature. Hit singles like Humble and DNA not only dominated the charts but also garnered numerous Grammy Awards. Most notably, Damn earned Kendrick the Pulitzer Prize for Music, making him the first non-classical, non-jazz musician to receive this prestigious honor, a milestone that signaled a broader cultural acceptance of hip-hop as a legitimate and transformative art form. Through Damn, Kendrick confronted his own contradictions and vulnerabilities, exposing the complex interplay of light and dark within himself and inviting listeners to reflect on their own lives. Yet, even as Kendrick's career soared with groundbreaking albums and transformative performances, one of the most intense chapters of his journey was his high-profile feud with fellow rap superstar Drake. The origins of this beef can be traced back to Kendrick's infamous Control verse in 2013, a moment when he boldly challenged the established rap hierarchy and called out several artists, including Drake, sparking debates and setting the stage for a rivalry that would simmer for years. Following the initial spark, the relationship between Kendrick and Drake cooled into a tense Cold War, punctuated by subtle digs and indirect disses in their music. In 2024, the rivalry exploded into an open war when Kendrick's participation on Like That delivered a cutting, direct verse aimed at Drake's perceived weaknesses and questionable credentials. The track ignited a firestorm of reactions, with Drake retaliating by releasing Push-Ups, a diss track that only deepened the conflict. What followed was a relentless exchange of diss tracks, Kendrick's Not Like Us, followed by Drake's tailor-made freestyle, and further incendiary responses like 616 in LA and Meet the Grams. At one point, Drake even escalated the dispute into the legal realm by suing Universal Music Group, alleging that the label's handling of Kendrick's Not Like Us endangered his safety and livelihood. The beef was not only a battle of lyrical supremacy, but also a clash that involved key figures such as producer Metro Boomin, who found himself caught in the crossfire, and mediator-turned-controversial figure J. Cole. As the feud raged on, both artists used their verses to dissect and critique each other's character, personal lives, and professional legacies, turning the rivalry into one of the most talked-about chapters in modern hip-hop history. Amid this turbulent career, Kendrick Lamar continued to evolve as an artist, culminating in a performance that would define his legacy, the 2025 Super Bowl LIX halftime show. On February 9th, 2025, at the iconic Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Kendrick became the first solo hip-hop headliner in Super Bowl history, a monumental achievement that transcended music and became a cultural milestone. The show was a breathtaking spectacle, featuring an electrifying mix of his classic hits and fresh new tracks, including the incendiary Not Like Us. Sharing the stage with him were special guests who added to the evening's rich tapestry. The soulful SZA, the inimitable Samuel L. Jackson, donning the persona of Uncle Sam to provide sharp, insightful commentary and timely advice between songs, and the legendary Serena Williams, who danced during Not Like Us, her performance a nod to her iconic Crip Walk after her 2012 Olympic triumph. The stage was designed like an elaborate game board, with lights in the stadium crowd flashing messages such as "Start here and game over," symbolizing the high-stakes nature of Kendrick's artistic battles and the dramatic twists of his career. Throughout the performance, Kendrick's setlist dazzled audiences with a curated mix of tracks that traced the evolution of his sound and the weight of his words, opening with the defiant Not Like Us, moving through the infectious beats of Humble and DNA, and delving into the introspection of Euphoria and Man in the Garden. A particularly moving moment came during the duet Luther with Zeze, followed by a rendition of All the Stars that celebrated the unity of artistic expression. The set concluded with Squabble Up and a powerful finale, TV Off, during which Kendrick implored viewers to turn off the endless distractions of modern media and focus on what truly matters. Before the show, Kendrick had made a bold statement. Rap music is still the most impactful genre to date, and I'll be there to remind the world why. They got the right one. This declaration resonated throughout the stadium and beyond, reaffirming his belief in the power of his art to drive change, inspire reflection, and challenge the status quo. From the streets of Compton to the grand stage of the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar's journey is a testament to the transformative power of art and the relentless pursuit of truth. His rise, marked by groundbreaking albums, fierce rivalries, and performances that defy expectations, serves as a living, breathing chronicle of a generation's struggles, dreams, and the enduring fight for justice. Whether through his searing diss tracks that have rocked the rap world or his soulful, electrifying live shows that capture the hearts and minds of millions, Kendrick continues to push the boundaries of what hip-hop can be. This is the story of Kendrick Lamar, a visionary, a storyteller, and a force of nature whose music is as much a call to action as it is a work of art. His legacy is built on the courage to speak truth to power, to confront the complexities of life head-on, and to inspire a revolution, both personal and societal. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the life and legacy of one of hip-hop's greatest icons, you're definitely going to love what's coming next. Stay tuned for more stories that uncover the heart and soul of our culture.